we'll see Aaron Rodgers and the NFC taking on Patrick Mahomes and the AFC.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Well, we are a week away from Super Bowl 55 in Tampa, but the very best players in the NFL have made the trip out to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Get ready to settle in for an entertaining 4 quarters. The AFC-NFC Pro Bowl underway from Las Vegas. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So out comes the NFC for their opening drive. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
I think Aaron Rodgers is one of the poster boys for persistence and belief in self. Because coming out of high school, he had 0 scholarship offers in the D1 level. Went to a junior college, went to Cal, and just blew up there. And then, of course, is a first-round draft pick, but a lot lower than what he expected in the first round. And then had to sit behind Brett Favre for a few years in Green Bay before getting his shot. Now he's probably one of the better quarterbacks that we've seen come down the pipe.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 45-yard line.
Throwing is Rodgers. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage. But since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. It'll be easier. He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. They pick up 12 on the play, and the chains move.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
19 more yards.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. To throw is Rodgers. That's going to be caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
A gain of 21.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. And he will carry this one in. Touchdown, NFC. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the NFC takes it all the way down the field to score on their opening drive. So the NFC with our first touchdown of the game. And, of course, we'll probably see some offense in this one. I don't know, though, that we'll see what we saw in 2013 when the NFC posted 62 points.
You talk about pyrotechnics. That was crazy, even for a Pro Bowl. 62 points. I think you wore out your voice in that one, talking about all the touchdowns that were scored.
I would love to see 63 or more, though, I got to tell you. All about offense in this thing.
Pro Bowl offense. Let's go.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fielded in the end zone. And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out. So here comes the AFC for their opening drive. Leading this unit will be the big arm man out of Texas Tech. 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
We know the arm strength is certainly there. He's got a big-time cannon for an arm, and that's not a surprise. He's the son of a former Major League pitcher, so the bloodlines come into play. The biggest question for Patrick Mahomes, can he harness that big arm, develop the touch that's needed, and carry his team towards the playoffs?
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
22, Derrick Henry.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Derrick Henry.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
NFC 7, AFC nothing.
Mahomes looks to throw on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Number 33, Dalvin Cook.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Pressure, and the AFC gets to him for the sack. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. They run, Cook, and the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers to Jefferson on the slant. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11, 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. Delayed give there out of the gun. Defense was ready.
And I'm not a big fan of a draw play out of the shotgun formation because the quarterback's not having much action where he's getting away from the line of scrimmage. He's catching the football, making a little head fake, and then handing it off. You should be able to read it as they did there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rodgers, complete. Jefferson the target. And he doesn't quite make it. Taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 25 yards that time.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first.
And he is in. Touchdown NFC. A 1-yard touchdown run from Alvin Kamara. And the NFC adds on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Nothing. Young Wei Koo set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The AFC offense set to take their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Mahomes. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. He was looking again for Kelsey there on that play, and it's 3rd down. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And that is incomplete. So we have come upon halftime of this. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
Nothing. Young Wei Koo set to kick off.
The AFC going to get the ball first as we are back underway on EA Sports. This will make it into the end zone. And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out. The AFC offense now set to start this 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call? We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. The toss right to Henry. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the NFC will take over 1st and 10. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On 1st down, Cook. And he goes out right around the 39. 8 yards yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Now a quick slant as the throw is complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
They run it again to Cook. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get him out 3 down to the 38.
They're a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. Good coverage there by the AFC defense. It's fourth down. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Nothing.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hawkinson. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth. They'll run on first down. It's Cook. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Again, it's Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. The numbers for the NFC on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's Rodgers. That'll be complete to Cook. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll run for it. Cook. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. He will push his way down to about the 14. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Rodgers throwing here. And he will score. Touchdown, NFC. A 14-yard touchdown. And the NFC able to widen their advantage. Great play, but admittedly, the tackling in the Pro Bowl, Charles, not always the best.
I would say that they're not quite as committed to getting a guy on the ground in the Pro Bowl as maybe during the regular season and, of course, in the playoffs. But still, heck of an individual effort there on that run.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-0.
Younghoe Koo set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. fields it in the middle of the end zone. And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out.
First and 10. At their own.
The AFC offense making their way back out. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the fourth quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play, which means someone will have a play made against them and not have to live with that for the rest of the year.
Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 16 yards, a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. He is going to find Hill here. And he's taken down inside the 30.
That's good for an AF.
Mahomes now on first down. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. Call it a gain of 5. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. And it's complete to Kelsey. Now the AFC going to use their final timeout of the half, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Mahomes now on first down. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by James Bradbury. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
Mahomes pass intercepted. The NFC
ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
So, Charles, a victory.